got the gas tank off the Suburban. Unfortunately, I didn't get to make a video of it. Battery was kind of low and kind of did it last second. But anyways, let me show you what it took. So I went ahead and completely removed the straps, which is there's this nut here, and then the bolt and nut up there. And then what I did was I temporarily ran some ratchet straps where those straps would go. Well, I kind of did them next to it. So, and I hooked the one end to here. So these three holes are where the skid plate goes. These two are where the straps go. So I ran a ratchet strap through this hole and then ran it up to this cross member under here. I think I did it to, so these are the two holes. This hole are the front of the straps. These three are the for the skid plate. So I use those straps to kind of suspend the tank until I dropped it down enough to get to, these are the fuel lines. Sorry, I got them covered up because it was real windy and stuff. But these were 5/8 on the tank side and 3/4 on this side. I used flare nut wrenches, and then this was the vent hose. So and I just, like I said, I used the ratchet straps to kind of lower it until I could have enough room to get up there and get to those hoses. The electrical stuff had already been disconnected. That was all on this driver's side. And then I went ahead, since I want to try to, I think like I said, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to try this or I'll take it to somebody, but I want to try to fix this dent. So this bumper bracket like this, it's on this side. I went ahead, there's just two bolts that hold it here. I took that off so I could get it out of the way to have access to, like I say, whether I do it or I take it to somebody else. But anyway, so then the tank, one thing to mention on this, so I took off the 3 screws here that would go 1, 2, 3 that hold this. Now this clamp kind of threw me for, these are the old style clamps they use. And when I first looked at it, of course, the rubber hose, the filler hose goes on here, but that had a clamp. But what this does is that clamp actually goes right over this tab, and that helps support that filler tube, so it holds it onto that tab there. So if you don't loosen that and slide the clamp back, that's going to be holding your filler tube. So I had that disconnected. I used the little hook tool to break the seal around the vent hose and the filler tube, and then twisted them and stuff to get those to come loose. And then that all goes, the frame's right here, so you got to kind of, as you drop this, you drop it and then let it slide out kind of to the driver's side. But anyways, one thing you want to look at is this little VEX code. When you look this up, like on Rock Auto, and I'm sure some other websites, they'll ask you what sending unit and stuff you have. And I guess this, so that, of course, it has to match the tank. But anyways, I didn't order the sending unit or the pump yet or anything, because I'm curious to see what I really need. Because one thing about this tank, it's supposed to be the 40-gallon tank, but I was never able to use the whole 40 gallons. Like, I would run out, I want to say around 38. So I'm a little, or even less, I think. But I'm a little curious. I think when I pull this sending unit out, I'm going to find either the little screen has fallen off, or something's not letting it, get close to the bottom. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and take that off. And you can see someone else, last time they were in here, they didn't actually put this all the way back where it goes. This little locking ring rotates, and they just put it about halfway. So this little tab here should really be all the way to here. And when you're tapping this backwards, you don't want to use like a chisel or anything sharp, because it's going to cut into this. So I usually use like some kind of a flat screwdriver that's not too sharp, or something with like a flatter, duller edge, so you can tap that around. But let me get that loose and we'll pull it out and we'll see what we find. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Some of those can kind of fight you for a little bit. But, oh, I'm actually going to have to take this vent hose out as well. Forgot about that. All right, and then the other thing you mentioned too, if you don't have this tag, you know, have some of them, the tag's missing, long gone, or just faded and you can't read it. When you look these up, you're going to find that it says for, you know, four line or 3 line or whatever. So, but all right, we got that loose. Let's see what we find. So, I've run into this before. See, those clamps are loose. And hold on a second, I got this. Okay. My wires got hooked there for a second. But yeah, see these clamps? I've run into this before. These clamps are, you're supposed to squeeze them and they lock in. They pop loose and then they're just sitting at the bottom. So potentially I had a leak there. And then, well, surprisingly, I didn't expect the sock to still be on there, but it is. All right, and like I said, I know my gas gauge, it would work when it was completely full, but there must be some dead spots or something in there, because as I would use gas, it would all of a sudden it'd read half, and then it'd go back up to 3/4, and it'd be 1/4. So that's why I usually just went by mileage and stuff, but doesn't look too super dirty either. So I don't see a brand name on that. Oh, here we go. There's something made in USA, and it is a Carter. So those are, I've had pretty good luck with Carter pumps before. I don't know if you guys can see that, but 998 and then 4G19A Carter. But a Carter is actually what I've got in that my 90 Chevy pickup. And when I was having some problems with that, and it was just this hose right here had gotten deteriorated and stuff, and I actually just put a new sock and a new filter, and I put the same pump back in it. And I mean, I know a lot of people don't do stuff like that. They're like, if you're going to do the labor, just fix it and do it once. But I'm not particularly like that. So if I still think the pump is good, I'm going to keep running it. And matter of fact, before I even replace this one, I mean, I'm pretty sure this one's dead, but before I go order the new one, I mean, like I say, I'm going to order a new sending unit, just because I know my gauge wasn't right, but and more than likely a new pump. But I'm going to verify that the pump is bad first. But anyways, oh, let's look inside the tank and see if we can see anything in there. And of course, you get a new sock when you get when you buy a new pump. They won't warranty it unless you replace the sock and the filter at the same time. But let me get a mirror and see if we can see in there. All right, so you can kind of see. Let me get the light in here. If I can get the light on you guys in here. There is like a plastic tray that your fuel pump sits in. I don't know what the official name for that is. A little bit of dirt in there, some little, looks like some metal flakes too. But see, it's kind of like riveted or attached to the bottom of the tank there. But that's what your fuel pump sits right there. So it's like a little sump or reservoir. But or I guess baffle is probably what it's really called. But all right, well, I'm gonna get this cleaned out, get the rest of the gas out that I wasn't able to siphon out, and test that fuel pump. And then I'm pretty sure I want to verify this before I tell you guys, so maybe I'll put it in the description if I've done it by the time I put this video, upload it and stuff. But this lead right here, so this should be your fuel pump relay. I believe this lead right here, if you put a direct 12 volts to that, that will bypass everything and just put voltage directly to your pump, and it should run. And I had tried that and it didn't do anything, so that's why I'm pretty sure that pump's dead. But what I'm going to do is put a test light under there on that the wires running to the tank or to the pump, and then I'm going to put the jumper wire and see if I get power to that wire, just to verify, because I hate to tell you guys something that's not true. But anyways, yeah, like I said, I'll get the fuel pump and stuff ordered. I got other things I can work on this. I mean, this was my only vehicle that I drove every day, I would have ordered the pump to be able to do all this, but I tend to prefer to, you know, since I have backup vehicles, something I can use in the meantime. I'll go ahead and, you know, verify whatever what the bad part is before I order it. That way I'm not trying to return stuff later or whatever. But anyways, so that's where I'm at. That's what I got. If you got any questions, let me know. Thanks for everybody that subscribed. And yeah, hopefully I get this figured out and get it back going on the road again. So thanks for watching.